Hey, what's up, YouTube? As you can see, this stuff is only $2.54. I'm gonna give it a try. So I picked up some of this Rit color remover. I don't know if you could tell from the video, but this fabric is actually off-white. I want it to be bright white. So I was looking up options in addition to bleaching that would assist with that. I found this product. It's only a couple bucks. We're gonna give it a try. The best method, they said, is the stovetop. So we're gonna use near boiling water, and we're gonna keep it heated for, I believe it said, at least 20 minutes. You keep stirring it. So we're gonna give it a try. Yeah, so on the stovetop method, we just have to add enough water so the fabric can move freely. We heat it, or we add just below boiling water, keep it that hot, and then we add this powder to it. Pour it very close to the surface of the water so no dust goes airborne, and we stir it for 20 minutes, and then you got to rinse it off so it's deactivated and cleaned out. Now there is a washing machine method. It's probably easier but less effective. I'll leave that to you guys if you want to try it. So here's our pot on the burner. It's already pretty much boiling. We need enough water just to cover the fabric. I'm going to add in some near boiling from the tea kettle, just to get the fabric to be able to float, as it says, freely. All right. Now we're gonna add the powder. You want to pour very close to the surface of the water because you want to minimize any airborne particles with this dust. You don't want to inhale this stuff. And then we're gonna stir it for 20 minutes, keeping the water near boiling. This is after 10 minutes. And this is after 20 minutes. We want to go ahead and get it out of here and see what the next step says. All right, so then it says rinse, use gloves, take it out, rinse in warm water, then cold, then do a regular warm machine bath in the washer machine. So this stuff does kind of smell. It's not as noxious as like bleach or other chemicals, but kind of gives off a little sulfury smell if I was to compare it to something. It does say use in a well-ventilated area, so keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start to rinse this with warm and then cold water. So this is after the whole process. I don't know if it's showing up in the camera, but by my eye, it still has a yellowish hue to it. It was off-white to begin with, that's why I did this. Some of the reasons, I mean, I'm gonna see how it looks after the wash, but some of the reasons I heard it only works on certain fabrics. I wasn't able to know for sure what this was. I assumed it was cotton, but there was no tag, so it could be either because not the right fabric, or maybe that's not dye in the first place that was making it that color, and it's some other thing that you can't remove easily. So I'm gonna see how it looks after it gets out of the washer, and if it's not good, I'm gonna just straight bleach it with strong solution and see if there's any difference. No, I don't know how good it's showing up on the camera, but it's exactly the same as it was. So it's still like an off-white color. For this fabric with this coloring, that product did not work at all. So I'm gonna just try regular bleach. So I saw some recommendations for the ratio. I've seen 1 to 5 parts. I'm gonna make it a little stronger. 1 part bleach, 4 parts water. So if I fill up to the 5th line, and one of the sections is bleach, the rest water up to the 5th. Gonna add extra hot water, gonna let it soak like 20 minutes or something. If I can't cover it with this much, I'll just repeat the process using this same thing as my measure, and we'll add it, see what it does. All right, we got it in the solution, very hot water, household bleach, 1 part household bleach, 4 parts hot water. Gonna let it soak, gonna set the timer 20 minutes, come back to it. And this is after 20 minutes. I did add, it's like 1 or 2 splashes of an extra strong bleach I have, the one for the pool that I use for pressure washing. Only because I was worried that the other bleach I was using, I know it was like a cheap brand from the dollar store. And in the past, I've had experiences where they just don't seem as strong as even the regular household Clorox. So I added that. I mean, it still has a little tint now, but I think it looks whiter than it was. It says after this to just do a regular machine wash like you're doing whites. So add a little bleach, a little detergent. I'm gonna do that now, and I'm gonna judge it when it's all dry and see. So this is after everything. I think it is whiter than what it started, but I'm not happy because it's not as white as something that I used that color remover thing in its most effective method, which was the stovetop or the hot method, soaking. And then after that, all that bleach and washing. So I'm gonna try one more thing to see if I can get it one more shade whiter, and then I'm gonna call it quits. So let's try the hydrogen peroxide soak. Yeah, so change of plans, nothing really worked. As you saw from the previous attempts. So went with the hydrogen peroxide, like 24-hour soak. And the last couple hours has been direct sunlight. All right, everyone, so that's the final result. I don't know if it's showing up. This is the original color to compare because I knew it wasn't that noticeable by the eye. I wanted to really compare it. This is the one I did. So it's definitely a little bit whiter. I don't know if it's picking up. But to be honest, the amount of time, products for the result, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna try it on the one that didn't have anything, but this time I'm only gonna do peroxide, and I'm gonna do it in the sunlight the whole time. So it seems like that was the only thing that got any result anyways. So maybe if I put it in the sun the whole time with the peroxide, we'll see if I get a better result. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye.